Okay, our idea today is to try to take you through some of the things you're going to have to do in Project 1 with Active Directory. I've already got the Active Directory installed. Called the domain nwtraders.com. I've done nothing to the Active Directory so far since the initial installation. Just showing that we have the basic structure, only one organizational unit, domain controllers. If you look in computers, domain controllers, I have server 1. If you look in computers, I do have one client computer, client 1. So first thing we need to do is create some more OUs. So right click on NWTraders, go to New, and Organizational Unit. And we'll call this one Sales. I'm going to create 3 of them. Notice you can tell the difference because it's got the book on there for the database, which is ntds.dit. Create another one. Let's call this one here Production. And last but not least, call another one here Engineering. New OU Engineering. Okay, simple enough. I want to create some users. Just simply right click on the OU, New, User, and first user Betty Jones, and we'll just use the first initial last name, B. Jones. Next, and password, I'm going to use what we call strong password, the uppercase P, the @ symbol, SSW0RD. And type in again. Hope I didn't fat finger it. Make sure I take out that user must change password next logon. Click next. And we've created Betty. Okay, she was back here in sales. I'll go to another one here. There's no reason to keep on doing these things. I'm not doing a live, I'm doing a demo here for you. Another new user, and this time it's Ray Wills, and it'll be R. Wills. Again, strong password. Take out the check mark, and next, and finish. Okay, simple enough. Now we want to be able to do is these are going to be assuming managers of their respective organizational units. We want them to be able to do some work as far as Active Directory is concerned. So I'll go here to Sales, Delegate Control. Whereas they'll be able to do certain things, they won't be able to do everything. But anyhow, click on Next. I want to add B. Jones. I always click on check names, make sure I didn't make a mistake in spelling or something like that. Comes up and finds Betty. Okay. So we're going to delegate. Now, most times you would not do this to a single user because the person may change, but the position will not change. So I would probably make a sales admins group, but I'm trying to go through this quickly so we don't have to have a big file here for our video. So next, and got 2 choices here. I can create a custom task. Most of the time we're just going to delegate common tasks. So say create users, reset their passwords, read their information, do this sort of things, but I think I would leave out these things about group policy unless the person really knows what they're doing. Next. And finish. Now to really test this out, what I would have to do would be to log off as the administrator and log on as Betty Jones, but then that presents a problem. Ordinary users do not have the ability to log on locally to a domain controller. What you would probably do would be to install the admin pack on their local machine. That way they could make changes, add users, change group membership, reset passwords for their own OU, but not do anything in anybody else's OU or at the domain level. Okay, the other thing you're going to have to do in this is create a shared folder. Well, first I got to go out to let's see here, Programs, Accessories, Windows Explorer, and I first have to create a shared folder. So I'll go here to Server 1, go to the hard drive, and I'll create a new folder, and we'll call it Shared Files. I'm going to do something here to make it easier. I don't like those spaces there. I'm going to put an underscore, Shared Files. And then what we want to do is go to Sharing and Security. Now I'm making this simple. I would probably do is create some groups and things like this, but permissions, I want to give everyone change so they can add things, but I don't want them to change the permissions for other people, so let's go with that. For share level, for NTFS, the administrators by default get full control. Users, again, we'll let them modify things that are in there. We assume these are things like salespeople will be adding their sales reports to the folder, and we'll be able to read maybe a table of what their sales are for the month, that sort of thing. So have that ability to do it. Okay, shared files, now showing the little hand there. So now I can go back to Active Directory, right click on Sales, go to New, Shared Folder, and then we'll call this one Sales Data. It doesn't have to match the same name as the folder. What does have to match down here is the name of the server, which in our case is Server 1 / shared underscore files, and click OK. Okay, you see a little network symbol on there that's a network resource for sales. If I right click on that, go to properties of it, I can do some things in here like create some keywords. And maybe I'll put sales in here. Maybe I'll add something like reports, because we put our sales reports in there. Add, maybe I'll use monthly, since there'll be a monthly report, telling what their sales were, so I can figure what their bonuses are and that sort of thing. So that's creating a shared folder with some keywords to enable people to do searches. Okay. Another thing you have to do in Project 1 is create a printer. So again, that has to be back over here on the server. Go to Settings. Now we don't have a printer. I'm working on a virtual machine here, so I can do the recording inside this. But I'm going to add a printer, and I'm going to pretend that this is a network printer. But remember, I'm the print server. For me, the print server is local. To the clients, it would be a network printer. Since because it's connected by an Ethernet cable to the network, running plug and play looking for that would be a waste of time. So I click on Next. I'm going to create a TCP/IP port here, standard TCP/IP port, and let's just say that by convention we have all of our printers use the 10th address. We don't use that address in the DHCP scope. Or maybe we make a reservation that it always gets the address number 10. Okay. Okay, next, and we're finished. That we create our port. take a few seconds here. Then we'll have to pick a printer. Again, it'll have to be a fictitious thing. I'm going to use an HP. Scroll on down here, just pick one. Let's see, LaserJet 3. Next. Now, by default, let go with that. HP LaserJet 3 is our name for our printer. Shared as HP LJ. Notice it's by default, it's automatically shared in Active Directory. I could put a location on there. Let's just say we put this IT 4132 classroom. We don't bother print a test page because we know it won't work. And we're done. Copy files on over. Okay, now I should be able to see, since this is shared in Active Directory, I should be able to go to Active Directory now and go to my domain controllers. But all I can see is server 1. What I have to do here is go to the View menu and go to this choice here, Users, Groups, and Computers as Containers. So it's going to change things a little bit here. Add some other things in here. If I go to Domain Controllers now I see server 1 as a container, and there's my printer on server 1. Okay, last thing we need to do here in Project 1 is to do remote desktop. So in this case, I'm going to have to go out to the properties of the computer, which means I got to go to Start, Settings, Control Panel. Different ways I could get to this, but I want to go to the System tab. Same ones you change computer. Right top right corner, Remote. And I don't want to do remote assistance. I want to be able to do remote desktop. Right. And click OK. Click OK here. Now to test that, what I'll have to do is go to Client 1. Remember I got Client 1 here as a computer in the network. Let's see, I'm going to have to change some screens around here. I've been using full screen for you. So, okay, server 1 still there. Okay, I'm going to bring up the XP box. Alt delete. Hope it won't take too much time. PASFW0RD. Make sure I log on to NWTraders. Okay, I'm going to go to Start. Go to All Programs. Accessories, Communications, Remote Desktop Connection. Okay, now I got to type in the IP address of the server 192. Well, I guess I could do that. Browser can cancel that. 192.168.1.2